Well, good morning, everybody. I am the Bald Guy. I am so glad that you are here. So thankful you are here. And we are going to continue our journey into Genesis chapter 3. This segment is called the blame game. That's right, because this is what happens next. They ate the fruit. Their eyes were open. All of a sudden, they were afraid. They realized they were naked. They threw some fig leaves over themselves, kind of made a little loincloth thing out of them, pasted them together with some mud or something. I mean, not specific. But we're going to talk about the clothing thing a little later, because that does come into play a little later. So we're going to jump back to verse 7 about that. Right now, we're going to go through 8 through 14. And this is the big one, okay? This is the he said, she's, said kind of thing. So we're going to be talking about a little about blame and a little about God's we can see God's love through these verses here too. So all right, you ready? Here we go. All right, so they ate it, they were open, they closed themselves. All right, now they heard the presence of the Lord walking in the midst of the garden and the trees. What does that mean? Well, remember, before God came down, formed Jesus, and actually talked and walked with them, they saw him, okay? They were able to see God. They were able to see angels and stuff like that too, because, when we were perfect, when Adam and Eve was perfect, they were like the angels too, so they could actually see God, all right? And we'll delve into that a little bit later. I'm not going to brush too much on that part, okay? But when their eyes were open, that was gone. And all they could do was hear God. And all of a sudden, they became afraid. They knew who he was, okay? They knew he was the creator. And they were freaking out. So, first thing they do is, don't know, jump behind some bushes or whatever. I guess that's what probably they're behind bushes, hiding from God. Hiding from God. Okay. So, they hide from God, and God calls out, "Where are you?" Did God not know where they're at? "Hey, where are you at? Where are you at? I can't see." No. God knew exactly where they were. He wanted them to come to him. Down on our knees, begging for forgiveness. Be ready what it takes, just like we do with our kids. But when they do something wrong, and we know they did something wrong. So, finally, they're still hiding. They're not, they're really not saying, God's like, come on out, come on out, come on out. Okay, then he tells them, "Hey, what's going on?" Basically. "Hey, why are you hiding?" All right. And then they said, "We were naked and afraid." I mean, was it because they were really naked? No. Remember, they'd already put some stuff on them. No, this was a spiritual nakedness. They knew that God's presence had left them. And they knew that something majorly different was about them, that nakedness they felt inside. And they were freaked out. And they were afraid of God and what he'd do. Just like your kids cower, when they did something wrong, And then God says, "What have you done? Did you just eat of that tree I told you not to?" Now, don't make God to be mean here, okay? He did not come out and say, "What did you do?" Because when they ate of that thing, he could have just said, "I'm done." Boom, wiped everything out, restarted it, done with humans. We'll just let angels care for this. I'm done. No. Cast Satan out completely, and just be done with it. No. That's how much love he has. Is that he came down heartbroken of what they did. When he wanted them, the free will thing, remember we talked about that? To come to him. But they didn't. So Just like a parent does, we confront our kids. Not a, what did you do, man? What did you just do? I told you not to eat that. Does it sound like God? No, that's not God. That's not God, folks. Okay? If you think that's God, you're sadly mistaken. Okay? He has a rightful vengeance. Okay? It's righteousness and it's all out of love. I've got to punish you because you've done wrong, just like we do our kids. But it's out of love, not a backhanded smack you in the face. But you got to pay for what you did. And that's what he did. He's like, what did you do? Do you realize what's going to happen now? Man, I mean, that heartbrokenness, you can almost feel it in this. And then, here we go. Here comes the blame. All right. Adam says, this woman you gave me, she gave me the fruit and I ate it. Adam, you knew what fruit that was, dude. And you can kind of see God going, you know what that fruit was, didn't you? And then he hides his head in shame, like realizing that he just blamed somebody else. Okay. So God looks at the woman and says, okay, what happened? Even though he already knew, he wanted them to confess. But instead of confessing of what she did and taking responsibility, she did just like Adam. The serpent you made. He was talking to me. He told me how good it was. And, you know, maybe I didn't hear Adam right. So, you know, I ate it. I didn't know. Really. You knew exactly what you were doing, Eve, didn't you? Okay. So they did. Okay. And then God comes out and basically says, what have you done? Not, what did you do? You ruined everything. Now, once again, it's heartbrokenness. What have you done? What have you two done? Okay. All right. And there's our blame game. And, hey, does that kind of sound familiar with what we do? Well, he gave this. I knew he stole it, but he gave some of it to me, you know. I mean, he's the one that actually did it, you know. Ain't my fault. You know, this guy got murdered. Oh, I saw it, but I ain't gonna say nothing, you know. Ain't none of my business. Guys, everything you do, every single thing you do is your responsibility. It doesn't fall on a pastor. It doesn't fall on government. It doesn't fall on anybody. It falls on you. You are personally responsible for your life, for decisions you make. The government doesn't make it for you. Nobody makes it for you. And you have to take responsibility for the decisions you make themselves. Believe me, I have made a lot of bad ones. And guess what? I pay for them. I still pay for them today, folks. I mean, that's God's love pouring out, man. He's teaching me stuff, okay? And I'm willing to take it, okay? Yeah, and I'm sorry for what I did, you know? But I'm not going to play blame game, you know. It falls on me. So don't be blaming nobody else, okay? Don't play the blame game. That is a wrong thing to do, folks, okay? I'm telling you right now, it's the wrong thing to do. Put it back on your shoulders where it belongs. And then take it off your shoulders, give it to God, okay? He makes everything better, man. He love, folks. I'm telling you, everything he does is out of love, not out of vengeance, all right? And you'll see through this Bible that that's what it's all about. And the biggest gift of all, him coming down, human form, and dying for us, okay? So that's a big thing. So, and that's what all this leads up to. Now, next video, delve right into the punishment part. Remember, this is not a God of vengeance and anger that's punishing his creation for what he did. No, okay? This is a result of what they did. Remember, everything is a result of what we do, okay? You know, and then the biggest blame of all, we blame God. God caused this earthquake. All these people died. You know, look at this flood that happened. All my stuff washed away. God did this. Guys, it's a result of sin. The world is broken. I'm sorry. I know you don't like it. I don't like it. Nobody likes it, folks, but don't play the blame game, okay? Things that happen are a result of sin. Period. That's the bottom line. Your sin, my sin, everybody's sin they commit. Okay, whether they believe in God or not, there's still consequences for it. Okay, and it falls, and it falls, and it falls, and it falls. Okay, that's why we need Jesus. That's why we need that hope, folks. Okay, I can see my time is short. I am done. Okay, I hope you get something out of this. Don't play the blame game. Okay, don't blame God. Don't blame government. Don't blame nobody else. Deal with it. Okay, it's a result of sin, and it's the world we live in. Okay, so I hope you got something out of this. Well, I will see you next time where we will discuss the consequences of Adam and Eve's sin. That's right. So, stay with me. Love you guys. Have a good day. And thankful you showed up. And I am out of here. Bald guy saying, see you later. Bye, bye, bye. I said, see ya. Get lost. Bye, 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 bye. Adios.